Michigan.
Warren, Michigan.
Warren, Michigan, which is a suburb just outside of Detroit. And Warren has an interesting history, too, in relation to Detroit. Matter of fact, all southeastern Michigan has an interesting relationship to the city of Detroit.
Really? From what viewpoint? Like, why?
Oh, well, in terms of regional cooperation, in terms of the history of how the suburbs came into being because of Detroit, white flight to a degree. Of course, the riots in 1967 had a great deal to do with that, too. And right now, Detroit is experiencing a fair amount of problems, a good amount of problems because of the situation with the mayor and that whole 9 yards. No, actually, it's my second time.
Really?
I came when they were in Chicago, and that was great.
You enjoyed it enough so you came back.
Right. Well, the only reason I could come back this time was because of the DFA scholarship. Democracy for America had a scholarship competition. And I was fortunate enough to be one of the 30 winners. There were 128 people who applied, and it was I think almost a nationwide 50-state search. And I was very flattered and honored to be one of the people chosen to receive a DFA scholarship. And the scholarship covered the expenses cost of registration to Netroots Nation, and the housing, which was equally expensive. I learned about the scholarship competition because in early June, I was participating in a DFA training academy, grassroots campaigning in Lansing, Michigan. And during a conversation afterwards with the DFA training director, Matt Gleisick.
We love Matt.
Yeah, Matt's incredible. It came up that DFA was still accepting applications for the scholarship competition. Because originally it was going to be 9, but it got expanded to over 20.
Yes.
And so I applied online, and fortunately enough, I was selected. I asked my friends to help too, and I just followed the directions on the application.
So you're glad you came?
I'm excited. I'm glad I came. Yeah, I got to meet you, and I got to meet a whole bunch of other people, nice, wonderful, intelligent, sensitive people, and the panels were outstanding too. Fantastic. The one that comes to my mind right now is the one about these young people in politics. There was a panel of 3 between the ages of 15 and 18, and I'm telling you, they were dynamite.
Wow.
They were dynamite.
What would you say to people in our community, in the African American community, who are uncomfortable with computers, the environment, if there are folks like that, would you say go out, get a computer and get online? Like, what would be your advice? And do you know people like that?
Well, yeah, I do know a few people like that. I'm thinking of my sister off the top, but but anyway, after what Van Jones said today and the keynote speaker, hey, no, people of color need to be up front and center.
Absolutely, we absolutely have to be. Well, I'm hoping to see you run for office at some point. Is that a possibility in the future, do you think, or run somebody's campaign?
Yeah, well, actually, I ran for office last year. I ran
tell us that story.
In Warren, Michigan. I ran for city clerk, and part of my platform was identifying and addressing the need for election inspectors, election judges to be better trained, to be more informed, to be better paid, even. And it's a nationwide problem in a sense. Poll workers, election inspectors are like the front lines of democracy of sorts.
Yes.
They're the foot soldiers of election administration. They got to get it right.
Absolutely.
And they have to be supported. Again, with adequate training and adequate recognition, adequate pay. And I think the average age right now is about 72 years old.
Yikes. And
computer technology, of course, is more and more computerized, and that's a whole other issue there. There's a lot of problems with the electronic voting, period.
Right. So your idea is to make sure that our poll workers are fully equipped and fully supported so that we can have safe and fair elections for everybody.
Right. That's one angle. That's one aspect of it. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's one aspect.